Hello, Shiny viewers. I am DS, your psychologist. wait.
Thinking about something else, right?
Yeah. Thinking about something else. Hello, Shiny viewers. I am DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. So as you can see, we have Paul again in our show, and today we are going to talk about the differences between TE and TI, and how are we going to do that. So as you can see, I am a TE dominant as an ENTJ, and as an INTP, Paul is TI dominant. So both our dominant functions are thinking functions, so we want to know what's the difference between TE and TI. So we can tell the difference probably by answering questions. So you watch how we answer our questions to think about and look into our thinking processes. So maybe we can start off by me asking you a valid real question, and then you can ask me a hypothetical question, and then we see how there might be differences in the way we process information. Does that work well?
Sure.
Okay, so my question for you is, do you think we should cancel the Olympics for this year?
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that. I think my answer would be yes.
Okay. What's the reason?
What's the reasoning? Reasoning is because I don't think sports is essential.
Okay.
I think it's not worth risking the transmission based on the current situation in COVID-19. So I just weigh the pros and cons. I think automatically for me sports is not really a super essential thing. So I think you can just call it off. What do you think?
Oh no, because I asked you this question because I want to see whether I can spot TI or any other thinking. No, there are only two lah, TI or TE in your thinking process, right? But I don't care of TI because you are just going into one direction, so you can see the difference. I'm going to tell you how I thought about it. So I would say that there's no correct or wrong answer lah, but I would say that you should go ahead with this Olympics. That's because if you miss this Olympics, then the athletes, the to-be Olympians, will miss a chance. Some of them will get too old already. They will definitely not be able to have this chance of becoming an Olympian, for example. I think everybody deserves this chance. Furthermore, if the show or the Olympics is going to be telecast on TV, at least it gives people hope. It keeps people at home to watch it. That can in itself reduce transmission. So this is how I think about this lah. I am thinking from the point of view of the athletes themselves. If I were an athlete, even though I don't really like sports, I really understand that you want to participate this at any cost, because it's a time for you to validate yourself, get the recognition of your countrymen, so many different things. And it's also important because although you may not like sports or I may not particularly like sports, a lot of people do.
Sure.
So I'm thinking from also a lot of different point of views from the country's point of view. So maybe Japan also needs this booster.
Right.
So a TE user tends to think from different perspectives at once, simultaneously. So it is very natural.
Right.
So I can hear just now when you were saying it, I did not give you the question beforehand so as to take you off guard.
Right.
If not, you would have thought of all the different possibilities, for sure, right?
Right.
But if you were just answering it spontaneously, then the TI is obvious.
Right.
You see what I'm talking
That's
about?
what I'm talking about.
Okay,
That's what
good.
I'm talking about.
Okay, now you can ask me the hypothetical question that you thought of, so I am also going to be taken off guard. Hope it doesn't surprise me that much.
Okay. My hypothetical question is a bit to do with a bit of like a moral question.
Okay, wow.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm very immoral.
So my question is this.
Okay.
One day you are out with your friend eating dinner,
Okay.
and then you look over at the opposite table,
Okay.
and you recognize it's your friend's boyfriend.
Oh,
Okay.
Has happened before.
Oh, okay.
So should I call my friend to tell or not?
So your friend boyfriend is actually eating with someone else,
Okay.
and they look like they are intimate.
Oh, okay.
So the question is, let's say hypothetically you met the boyfriend before, but you don't know the boyfriend very well.
Okay.
But you are very close to that friend.
Okay.
Right? So the question is, will you tell the friend or will you keep quiet, or what will you do? Or any option in
Has it
between?
happened to you? That's why you asked this kind of question?
Yes, something
Okay,
similar.
yeah. Okay, so For me, first of all, I will have to evaluate my relationship with my friend and with this boyfriend or her or him or whatever lah, okay? So then I will also evaluate whether they are very close. I will also evaluate the personality of my friend. What will my friend do? So I won't like just say that, oh, because I need my friend to know, then I should tell. So I have to evaluate all these different factors before I see. So if I were with a friend, I might also ask my friend that I'm eating with, look at the table behind there. Do you think they are a couple? You know, something like that lah.
Right.
In case I'm wrong.
In case you're wrong, right?
Yeah. So this is how I process the information. So I don't jump into the thing directly. Then I gather enough information cognitively. Then I will go. So once I decided to tell, then I will just tell immediately on the spot. I can even take a picture, like pretend like, hey, do you know who they are? Something like that.
Like a PI.
Yeah. Actually, I have been told that by a lot of my friends, right, that I'm like a private investigator. So this is how I will approach the matter lah. Does it sound okay?
Yeah, makes sense.
What about you?
Actually, it happened to me before.
Okay.
And two different situations.
Okay.
Twice actually. But it was many years apart, so I think I was quite different also as a person. But and both times I also responded differently.
Oh.
Yeah. One was when I was younger. At the time, I wasn't that close to that friend. So when I was like, I knew that friend, but not close to the level where I felt like I would put myself on the line to accuse her boyfriend of cheating on her.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually didn't say anything. And then when she found out herself, then one day she told me, that I was like, oh yeah, actually I knew. Then she was super angry with me.
Oh.
Like, why I never tell her everything. Then I just explained to her that I felt like I don't know what to say.
Okay.
It's a bit awkward. Then also, sometimes you know it's the right thing to do, but then you don't want to be the one to say it. You rather they find out on their own.
Okay.
Because if you're the one to say it, then it's like make more trouble for yourself. Like they ask you how you know where you see him and that kind of thing. So I just avoided it. I just avoided it altogether. Yeah, but the second time it happened to me was only like, I think 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this time I was actually very close to this friend of mine.
Okay.
And then I saw his girlfriend with another guy at a club lah. We were at the club, and then I saw they were like drunk together, and then they were like making out and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that one is like confirmed very obvious already.
Okay.
But I happened to be with another friend
Okay.
who all in the same friend group lah. They were like telling each other, discussing like how we should talk to the person, and then eventually I decided that he deserved to know lah.
Oh.
Then also I remember, I think from the past experience, like what my friend told me, that she wished that I told her sooner. So I eventually sat him down and talked to him lah. Then I found out actually they're already on the rocks and stuff already. And then this was sort of like the breaking point, and then eventually they actually broke up. But he was thankful that I told him lah, I guess. So for me, it's really how I value that friendship. If the person was so close to me, honestly, I wouldn't put myself on the line. I just don't bother. Yeah, don't make more trouble for myself. But if I'm close to the person and I actually care about the person's feelings, then I think I would tell. And I think I'm like you also in that sense, that I would immediately just tell the person. I don't think I would like.
Yeah.
The moment I make the decision, I will just tell the person.
So you're also a decisive person lah.
Yeah.
So in a way, just now you were answering a real valid world question, right? Then you can see the difference between the TE and TI. Here you can see the difference between the TE and TI, no?
No.
I would say that maybe the way I explain things, I tend to look at things from a very macro point of view. I pull myself out and look at the situation from a third party's point of view. But you, maybe as a TI user, you tend to immerse yourself into.
I'm considering my position in the matter.
Yeah.
Right.
So I tend to consider whether this person can take it or not, that kind of thing. So I pull myself totally out. So maybe that is a trait of TE as opposed to a TI lah.
Makes sense.
Okay. So anyway viewers, we hope that you have enjoyed this episode. If you have questions with regards to INTP or ENTJ or INTP ENTJ interaction, do comment below so that we can actually address and answer the questions. So I think Paul will be glad to answer your questions as well, right?
Sure.
And if you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can bring you more INTP, ENTJ, MBTI, psychology and fun stuff. Wow, that's a handful. Alright, we're going to sign off now, and we look forward to see you in our next episode. Bye bye.